So guys, if you didn't know, in my previous video, I actually destroyed my Nikon D5500. For whatever reason, I was just a Nikon fanboy. I started with the D3100, just thought it was a natural upgrade to go to the D5500. However, after destroying it, I kind of came to a conclusion that, okay, I need to get away from the Nikon line just because I did go from more shooting photos to video, what I do now. I still take photos, but my purchasing decision is not based on that. And we all know that Nikon is just really bad. They have bad autofocus, just bad focus in general, bad just options for video. And I'll be the first to admit that. I don't think my D5500 produced bad video, just the experience to make it wasn't the best. So I was left with choosing, okay, what line am I going to go into? A lot of people are recommending the Sony A6300. A lot of people are recommending the Panasonic G4. I looked at both of those, and then in the back of my mind, I also thought about the Canon 80D as well. Trust me, I've done a lot of thinking, a lot of research, and spoiler, I bought the Canon 80D. So this is the very first video I've actually made with the Canon 80D. I've never used a Canon camera. I've always used Nikon. So I'm kind of like just playing with the settings, playing with everything, trying to get used to it. I have the 18-135 lens right now, so I'm like very close up to the camera. And that's why my whole background looks a little bit different, because I usually have my camera much farther back, but I'll be playing around with that to just get like the best field of view and everything. But for right now, this is what we're getting. Yeah, looking in the viewfinder, I mean, it looks pretty good. Anyway, I digress. The reasons why I chose the Canon 80D over the Sony A6300, which those are basically my contenders. I had them side by side for the longest time. And I went into Best Buy today not even sure which one I really wanted at that point. I thought I'd play around with them, get some opinions from the salesman. We all know they're not the most knowledgeable, but I did have one lady that knew quite a bit. So first of all, the first thing that sold me on the Canon 80D has to be the articulating screen. So obviously this is the D5500, but the 80D has the same camera type where this comes out and then it will flip around, it will do everything. The Sony A6300, all you can do is just pull it out a little bit and then make it go like up and down like this. So it can only go up and down, it can't come out. So to me as a YouTuber, that's a big pain in the butt. Yes, you could get an external monitor. Yes, you could hook up your app to your phone and do it that way, but I wanted something like instant. I wanted the ability to just, spontaneously flip it around if I need to, just be good to go. Now the flip out screen is good for vloggers, but even for me just doing like videos like this, it's so much easier just to have the screen right there, which I try my hardest not to look at because you look crazy. But yeah, so that's the very first reason I wanted the Canon 80D. The next reason is the touchscreen. The A6300, when I was messing with it, I thought the touchscreen wouldn't be a deal breaker, but coming from the Nikon D5500, I was so used to setting everything with the touchscreen, like the ISO, the shutter speed, aperture, all that good stuff. When I went to touch it on the A6300 and it didn't work, it was kind of a bummer to me. Yes, the A6300 may produce better quality video or more geared towards video, but if the user experience on my end isn't what I'm expecting, it's going to be difficult for me to enjoy it. So we've talked about articulating screen and touchscreen. So, what else? What else about the Canon 80D sold me? Third thing would have to be the dual pixel autofocus. Yes, the A6300 supposedly has really good autofocus, but I've heard that the dual pixel autofocus in the Canon 80D is like the best you can get. Like that is the de facto standard, closest autofocus that you can get towards like an actual camcorder. So let me just show you. So here is my iPhone 7 Plus. So let me incorporate the phone. So it's focused on the phone, me, computer, me, phone. And now I just click me and it's back on me and it's back to tracking my face, which I find that amazing. When I had the D5500, I set the autofocus to manual and I would just focus it and pray that I didn't like go too close or too far away. I know it's unprofessional to do autofocus, but when I'm talking to you like this, I don't have to worry about being in focus and anything like that. And it just does a really good job. It just does a really good job so far that I've noticed. I mean, I've only used it for a few minutes now, but I'm in love. Compared to the Nikon I had, geez, it's like night and day. So that's not a huge reason, because I'm sure the A6300 has decent autofocus. But I heard that in video mode, it wasn't as good as in just normal picture taking mode. Okay, so the next feature of the Canon 80D, why did I like it? Believe it or not, 4K, I didn't really want 4K. So the A6300, obviously you can record in 4K, obviously you can record in 1080p, 120 frames per second, 1080p even. But from the research I did, when you record in 1080p on the A6300, it's actually not as good quality as even older 1080p cameras. Like, I read that the A6000 is actually better in 1080p than the A6300. A lot of people told me, you know, Jeremy, just record in 4K, downgrade it to 1080p, that way you'll get a better image. But that's not really the point. Like, I don't want to work with large files. I don't want to work with 4K at all. My computer is the Alienware Alpha. It's like a little box. It's not very strong, and I just don't want to invest the time or money into working with 4K right now. Yes, 4K is going to be big soon, in a few years, but right now, smartphones can't even play 4K. Most people aren't watching stuff in 4K. Like, let me know in the comment section below, if I'm not making 4K videos, is that like a deal breaker? Will you unsubscribe to my channel eventually? Like, there's a very small minority of people that like 4K, but most people don't care. They watch it in 1080p or whatever YouTube throws it at them and they're fine. As long as the overall picture is good, that's all I care about. And so far, it looks like the 80D looks good. So I mentioned that I didn't really like the lens on this camera right now. It's the 18-135 millimeter. But the f-stop is from 3.5 to 5.6. So I want to upgrade the lens. I want to get the Sigma 18-35. For the A6300, if I wanted the Sigma up there, I'd have to get an adapter, which if you get like a speed booster, I think they're like $200. So that's just another cost in addition to everything else I'd have to buy on the A6300. So the Canon 80D is just another like out-of-the-box experience. I get the Canon 80D, the Sigma lens, I'm good to go. If I want the A6300 and get the same experience, I have to get the A6300, the Sigma lens, the adapter. Not to mention, I would also need a external monitor to simulate the flip-out screen and all that good stuff. So another feature that I haven't used quite yet, but it's also the point of upgrading your gear and increasing your skill. The 80D has a headphone input, not a mic input, but a headphone input, so you can monitor your audio. So like if you're outside or filming in a noisy area, or if you wanted to just listen for like any type of noise that you may be picking up that you're not aware of, you can plug in some headphones, put it on, and see what the camera's picking up. The A6300 doesn't do that. I think there's a way to, but again, it would be another accessory that you'd have to buy to go with it. I want simplicity, one thing. I mean, I'm not a multi-person, YouTube channel. It's just me. I don't have time, to set up everything like that all the time. I just want simplicity, but good. And I know that most tech YouTubers don't need autofocus because, you're filming like gadgets and stuff like this. But anything to make my life easier when I'm talking to the camera is so much better. Like right now, I won't have to use a remote focus or any type of app to make sure my head is focused on. Like, I know we're good to go. And I can't wait to purchase more lenses because right now, like I said, I just have the kit lens. So we'll see how the quality is in the future when I upgrade that. Right now, my pockets are crying just a little bit. So yeah. And that's all I got to say about that, guys. Yes, I may be a little foolish not picking the A6300 just because of its 4K recording capability and just seeming to be a better camera for video. But in my opinion, getting the 80D is kind of a selfish move because it seems like it's going to be a lot easier on me to use. you know, the fully articulating screen, the touch screen, just not having 4K right now. That's what I needed. So yeah, hopefully this video does look good. Hopefully it's worth what I paid for the camera. But just let me know in the comment section below, how does this look? Does it look better than my Nikon D5500? What are your opinions? Would you have rather gotten something different? That's the beauty of the internet. Just let me know your opinion. I'm sure we not share the same one, but I would love to hear yours. And that's all I got to say about that, guys. Have a good night. Bye.